We're here at Optimal to talk about the integration of a PAT software and hardware integration project. Optimal are a strange animal in that they are a software creator, a software vendor, a system integrator from a software point of view, and also a system integrator from a hardware point of view. The FDA has been pushing for the last 10 years for PAT to be applied to pharmaceutical and life science applications. Part of the reason for this is to improve accuracy, is to replace outmoded systems, and also from the point of view of the majors and also generic manufacturers, there's a huge opportunity to reduce the production time for drugs, to reduce the process time for drugs, and also to improve accuracy. synTQ is Optimal's headline product that is designed to bring PAT both to the lab and to the production environment. So I'm here with Paul Gillam, who is the senior software engineer on this project. He's going to talk to us a little bit about synTQ, about how it's applied and how this project is going to bring benefits to the customer. So Paul, give us a quick overview of what synTQ is.
Sure, my name's Paul Gillam and I'm the technical lead on this project. I've been working with Optimal for roughly 8 years. synTQ is a PAT data management suite which is used to control and give feedback on pharmaceutical products and the processes. And synTQ has been integrated into this system as the PAT management software suite. In this particular instance, this customer came with a continuous production line and they had a very good idea of how they wanted the system to work, but they needed some help, and we liaised with them, we took their requirements, we introduced our knowledge and our experience into that, and we came up with a plan. In the cabinet behind me there are 6 rather large servers. We have the main system on a very powerful Dell server. The synTQ server is on there, and that is connected to 3 high-speed, we call them PAT machines. They're in charge of the data collection from 3 very high-speed NIR spectrometers. They also run predictions from the data coming from those spectrometers, and they're also connected to a reporting server and to a web server, because synTQ comes with peripheral services which this customer has purchased.
And there's obviously a food grade HMI to your left there. Could you explain to us how that fits into the system from a hardware point of view?
So this particular HMI is one of 3, and this particular one will be sitting in the system dispensary. So the customer will be taking delivery of their raw materials into their dispensary system, and they'll be producing a probe which will be inserted into the actual receptacle. And synTQ will then run a process which identifies the material within the receptacle, and then the data will be stored within synTQ until such a time as that receptacle is actually put onto the hoppers and then fed through the system. So synTQ will then be able to give details of the particular product instance which is in the system at that time. And
creating the hardware side of things, is this a normal thing for Optimal to do? Have you been doing this for many years?
Oh yes, this is Optimal's bread and butter, I believe the term is. We've started off 26 years ago, I think it is, as a PLC SCADA company, integrating mainly for pharmaceuticals. Optimal has spread out a little since then, but pharmaceuticals remains one of our core industries. And the integration of panels with PLC and SCADA is definitely one of the mainstays.
Could you give us an explanation of what synTQ is, why it was developed, and the benefits that it would bring to customers?
So synTQ was developed, we're talking nearly 10 years ago now, and one of our customers came to us with a great idea, and we took the idea and we developed from that idea to create a PAT management suite. The idea was that we needed to be able to collect data, produce calculated variables, and return the feedback loop for DCS control, and that was done, and synTQ has grown from there.
And is it correct to say that synTQ complies with FDA guidelines on PAT?
Very much so. synTQ has been written around those guidelines, and we've had people working at Optimal who've also been working on the FDA guidelines within the FDA.
And PAT as an application, or synTQ as an application, what overall benefits are customers looking for to get from this?
Okay, so as we spoke about earlier on, the customers are looking for a reduced time to market. They're looking for a continuous improvement, which is very important, and they're looking for feedback into control systems. So from the beginning, we hold configuration data for all the analyzers and the instrumentation. We hold the models which are part of the multivariate analysis packages, and we hold details of all the communications protocols between the systems. So the idea is that you design your process within synTQ, you run your process from synTQ, and each and every time you run that process, it uses exactly the same configuration until you decide that you need to improve it, at which point all those changes are audited and stored within the system, and everything is traceable. synTQ is fully flexible. It allows the user to design a process which is useful for them. Each process designed within synTQ, which we call an orchestration, is unique to the customer, usually because there are many, many configuration options for each individual item within that orchestration. And whilst there are many common points between processes, you usually find that each customer has their own unique application.
And so, as a system integrator, a software creator, and a software vendor, does that put you in a unique position to be able to deliver systems such as this?
Well, we're obviously looking at a company which doesn't need to coordinate with other companies in those areas. So we can take a set of requirements, we can produce a set of hardware in a panel such as this, we can produce peripheral panels for maintenance and for dispensaries and for other applications such, and we can provide the software which is using all of those parts and control it from a central point.